Welcome, welcome. All right, this is the new program. Is this out today or is this out in a couple days? Is it true? Is it the worst program of all time? Let's find out. Jonathan India, Kevin Gosman, Jose Iglesias. What's up, Sean? Happy Wednesday. Mickey Moniak, Garrett Cole, Joey Gallo. Spicy looking card, 88 clutch. No defense on this card. He's had some in the past. Co-op, I hear. Hello, Zach. It's going to be probably the last day of co-op. Schwarber's looking nice. We're going to see if there's anybody that wants to play that hasn't got a chance to play yet since it's the last day of co-op. Kelenic is a good card, but this looks a lot like the cards that were available on launch. Bogart's got more power than you'd expect, I think. Schwarber and Vlad Jr. should be good. Renfro. We've seen some decent Renfros in the past. Marte. This is an Andrew Vaughn. Mitch Keller, Austin Hedges. That's a crazy looking. Oh, it's an 88. Okay. AJ Puck, Michael A. Taylor. I saw some of these cards online. Tim Anderson. I thought I saw Yohan Moncada. Is he in a collection somewhere? Here he is. This is the Corey Seager. 93 overall. We're used to seeing some of those. Wes Moncada's pretty good. I would rock that card. Still slightly low power, but you can play this card, I think, with one of the White Sox captains. You get him paralleled a little bit. Pretty decent. Showdown is easy. Giolito is the roar for that one. Okay. How much is that card? All right, this is the showdown. Final boss Giolito is going to be a Washington card. Makes sense. All right. Was there like a free pack that you had to like get on the website or something? I think I saw that. And I heard the website was down. Is this true? Should I be trying to go get that card right now? What's up, Kyle? How you doing, sir? The final day of co-op. Are you down for some co-op? Same question to Sean. I know me and Zach played last week, but I'll give Zach a chance if we don't get a third. Okay, here's that Giolito card. He's a 90 overall. They have a sinker on this card, which he did not throw as a rookie. He did throw a two-seamer. Down, nice, nice. Okay, the code is 5X packs. Free pack codes. Are these limited? Free deluxe pipeline pack when new content drops. Giolito got absolutely shelled. Luckily, our offense saved us. Oh, you're talking about real life? All right, well, let me go try out these codes real quick. Because it sounds like they're not working, but we're going to try it. And then we will get started on the game. Codes.theshow.com. Okay. Well, let's see. Pipeline passed. Invalid code. Am I logged in? Let's make sure we're logged in. Got them to work eventually? Okay. I might just not be logged in here. Let's find out. You have any new cards you're trying today, Kyle? Any of you tried any of those cards, Sean? I know you said you liked some of them. Golden tickets for 2025. I forgot this existed. What is this for again? Oh, it's like Challenge of the Week rewards, basically. You just get tickets for scouting report, it seems like. I'm Brooks, I can't really ding. Stubs go to Ortani. You're still working on live series collection? I say that as if I've won. Or if I've finished the collection. I haven't finished the collection, but I'm just not working towards the collection anymore, or never really was. But yeah, I never actually finished the collection. All right, so it says I'm not logged into my MLB The Show account. I'm in my PlayStation account, but I'm not in my MLB The Show account. And it says that they're linked. Huh? Okay, I'm gonna give this another like 30 seconds, and if I can't do anything, then whatever. I don't know. I don't do anything besides just play. Gotcha. But you played like a decent amount of BR at the beginning. That's why I was surprised, because I thought you played like a decent amount of BR like right at the beginning of the year, and I skipped that completely. So I just played a butt ton of ranked. Like I played more ranked in the first week than I have in like all the last few years, and then that was it. Just no more. One floss made me 80k. It's so cooked. Yeah, gotcha. It's tough out here. All right, so this is a new Vlad Jr. That is pretty good. Is this in the pack? Where does this card come from? Do these cards just appear in like BR and stuff now? Or is this the chase pack? It must be a chase pack. Yeah. Of course it is. Jim Rice looking nice, but he's not too much speed in left field. Is he a chase pack as well? Some moonshot cards. Still got the Nerf defense. I don't think I'm going to go for any of these. I might just drop the Brian Dozier card in the lineup today and call it a day. I think that's going to be the play. Vladis Chase. You'll never guess. Rice and Helsley are BR. Okay. Helsley being BR is interesting. Does he have a good pitch mix? He does not. 4-seam slider curve. Does he even have outlier? He does have outlier, but no other meta pitches. Not a cutter, not a sinker, not a... No, these only meta pitches. He's got good per nines, but that's about it. Interesting. Anyway, I'm pretty sure my PlayStation Plus is going to run out next week. So I'm actually going to let it lapse. And probably next time I stream, we're going to do some Road to the Show. Shout out Zach, Melvin Mora incoming. I don't know if I'll be able to actually play 2K. I'm not going to stream 2K. I just remembered that it's there. Let me redeem it. Because I don't know, when I let go of my PS Plus, I don't know if I'll still be able to play it or not. But we'll see. I remember I have some friends that are probably coming over, and I was going to do a little 2K thing at the new apartment. That was literally the only reason. Because I already have 2K on my computer, and I deleted it, so no biggie. All right. Let's go ahead. Zach, if you're still here, we can throw in the co-op game with Kyle. Just a heads up, we'll look for another person after the first game. Just so we can get as many people as can play before it is over. Did I miss your name already? Did I tell you I tried the Apex season, Kyle? I tried when Arenas came back out for like 30 minutes. And it was cool, but it's so hard. It was on PC. And I could barely like press the buttons correctly, like on my keyboard to move and pick stuff up. I was like, this is gonna be hard. So I just went back to what's it called? To Overwatch. Is your name not here? Am I tripping? Did you see your name on here? You saw it? Oh, there it is. Apparently going up in the list, I could find it immediately. Yeah, that was, I think the icon made me like skip over it. I don't know why I was just looking for purple. Hopefully you guys are on the Iron Horse boat. I think I'm going to go Dozier and maybe Brian Reynolds. Anybody else fun in here? I think I did really well with Correa the one time we used him. And I'm always good with this Ketel Marte card, but I almost kind of want to mess around with Griffey, but kind of don't. Let's see what these guys are doing. Delgado and Judge. Piazza, interesting. Piazza and Palmeiro. So right field, we have 2 first basemen. We got a DH for sure. So I don't want anybody that has bad defense. Let me just mess around with this Correa because I usually just randomly hit well with him. All right, here we go. Good luck, boys. What else is new for you? You're on break for senior year now, Kyle? I've just been playing Overwatch Stadium, and it's been super fun. But that's going to come to a close as well. Let me know if I got these right, guys. Piazza in the 5. So I think Palmeiro and Piazza were both Zach's. And then Santander and Judge. Kurtz Carter. Kind of want to put Julio Rodriguez does not have that good of ratings, but he can play defense. I would just hit with him myself. Wait, where's Palmeiro playing? First? And then I thought we had another first baseman. Oh, we took the other first baseman out. Okay. Geloff, Morneau. Got a lot of lefties at the bottom. I'm going to leave them. If we have a lefty, we're just going to pinch hit. That's all. Carter and Sedner is not the best, but we can run it. And if we play more games, maybe I'll just go Griffey so I can have him in center. And they do have a live series Garrett Cole pitching for them. So at this point, I kind of want the lefty to face him. You buy Randy? Yeah, I got him like a few days after he came out, I think. And I've been really bad with him. Like, he's been honestly one of my worst pitchers of the year. But he feels okay. I feel like I just give up one big home run with him every game. I say this as if I've pitched with him. I've pitched like 4 games with him and then I quit. But the one that I was really disappointed in was Kluber, because I got him for that first weekend classic, and I just gave up so many walks with that card. Literally anything that I thought should have been a strike was just, I couldn't find the zone with him. Roger and May are my best. Everyone else, make or break. May, I feel like he's been, like, visually he looks hard to pick up, but then it still didn't feel like super hard to hit. He's got that weird twisty thing at the end of his release. Dude was sitting on R2. Hey, Oscar rounds it to third. Got the first out of the game, thankfully. Spotted a couple pitches there, at least. What's the co-op rating at? I want to say it's at like 670. Probably started the season at 400. How about you guys? Man, you know what I just remembered is the the crazy battle we had in was whatever tournament that I got like pulled in at the last minute, I think, is like a replacement. And then me and you had like a 20-run game or something. James Paxton versus James Paxton or something like that. I think I blew like an 8-run lead. Was it a custom league? I think this was like a big tournament. Was it a custom league? Because I replaced somebody. I can't remember exactly the details of what happened. But we had like a crazy like finals battle or something. Finals or semifinals or something. We played a game on Hall of Fame last week with Darian. I didn't realize co-op could be on Hall of Fame. I thought they were all like All-Star to Legend. But somehow we played on Hall of Fame. So let me find out really quick what difficulty this is on. PC looks Hall of Fame or All-Star sized. This one's on All-Star. Okay. All-Star against Garrett Cole. On my YouTube channel somewhere. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I could picture the thumbnail for it. Was that the one where Mondesi? I think that was the series where Mondesi hit like a grand slam in extra innings. It's a little late on that one, but this could get down depending on who's in right field. That's Trout. You have that clip. I bet you do. We talked a big game against Garrett Cole, and now 2 quick outs. It's 98 off the bat, but it's not to the right part of the yard. Or sorry, that was a 98-mile-an-hour pitch. Not off the bat. They've got Peter Alonso leading off. The P5 Freddy first at bat clip. Nah. Nobody remembers that one. I did have to do that challenge with like 10 at-bats with Freddie Galvis in my lineup at one point, and I'm pretty sure I hit a home run with him and went like 6 for 10 or something like that. It was like a bronze live series at that point. Because he's nice like that. Okay. Okay. Nice pitch. I thought this was Ronnie Mauricio. Every like tall, dark, right-handed batter against Randy Johnson at least looks like it's gonna be Ronnie Mauricio. And Zach would love that, wouldn't he? Now that was a clip. If we're talking about clips, that was a clip. Follow him on Insta so I get my Galvis updates there. He never responded to my Father's Day, my Happy Father's Day tweet. I'm many 2-run hater clips there are? Quite a few. That was quite a run. It was legit. Like, we were talking about it the other day. It was a legitimate, like, 95% of the time when he would come in for a stretch of like 2 to 3 years where I would get 2 runs off of him. Not an exaggeration. But ever since he got like I think ever since Pinpoint started, I think I haven't really been good against him. There we go. On the board. Perfect to right center with Brian Dozier. Apparently he's that guy. This is with no warm-up today, by the way. We're just going in. Garrett Cole is the warm-up. I'm just glad it's not like freaking Roger Clemens. That would have been tough. We've been hitting everything kind of away with these righties. That's the interesting thing. I think out of our now 4 at-bats with the righties, we've hit them all to right center, I think. That was just late. No warm-up is the best warm-up sometimes. It really is. Especially on All-Star. I feel like when I take batting practice before All-Star, then I swing it too many pitches out of the zone. But if I don't take warm-ups before Hall of Fame, then I'm not great. And then back to Legend, like sometimes on Legend, no warm-up can be okay too. Because then I'm just like more patient because I don't trust myself to be able to hit, so then I end up being more patient. Hall of Fame though, I'll miss hittable pitches. Garrett Cole might be out. Yeah, there's Donaldson. I'm sure they have one of the other guys in the pen too, either Clemens or Randy Johnson. We started hitting him too well before the bottom of the order came out because I wanted these 3 guys to be able to hit first before they took him out. Few steps by Ellie on the perfect, but he's going to be out anyway. Co-op pitchers out of the pen, yeah. It's so sad that they never changed how this game mode works. It's actually sad. Now, Evan Carter, I believe in him. He can hit against lefties. I've seen him hit 2 bombs against Randy Johnson. Lefty, I believe. That was a pretty decent swing. Actually got out in front of the plate on that one. Got a little bit scammed. Turning on that one. We're seeing him all right. I mean, it is All-Star. That was like the same place that the previous swing contact point was. One was early, one was late. All right, now their bottom of the order has to face our lefty. Fair is fair. They stranded the runner at second, though. With nobody out, we couldn't get him over. Good at bats from us, though. I think that was fine. We swung at decent pitches. We made some decent contact. One, two, three. Strikeout. Bernie Williams. Oh, is this that Aaron Hicks looking card? I always forget that the Bernie Williams is a switch hitter. I keep thinking he's a lefty. Why is it Diamond in the A-hole? They had Teoscar and Sen in the top of the order. That ball's staying in the yard somehow. Left fielder did not want to pick up that ball. Santander with the throw. Can't make the throw either. That play was busted. Infield's back, so plays it first. Yeah, so they had Teoscar leading off. The only thing I can think of is like they were trying to get lefties and righties in the right spot. Because they had Salas and Nick Kurtz, and they probably wanted to break up that a little bit, and the best way they could do it was putting a diamond at the bottom. I honestly think that's a better way to do it than to just put all the diamonds at the top. Because Billy Williams also has like crazy splits. So even though he's a diamond, the guys ahead of him and behind him against righties are probably better than him. So he against righties probably basically isn't even a diamond. Well, anyway, that strategy gives I give a thumbs up. I approve. Good pitch, making him look like it's going to be a hanging breaking ball, and it just fades outside. Nice. He had him in a blender. All right, not too much power for Correa here. And that's all we're trying to do. Just poke a single. You're going to be playing the Weekend Classic. Is that this weekend? If it is, then no. If it's next weekend, maybe. But, like, again, my PlayStation Plus might run out by then. And I don't really care to renew it. This week, I don't think so. I'll be pretty busy this weekend. We get our new apartment in like 3 weeks. So we got to do like furniture shopping and stuff this weekend. We also have a religious holiday. And so we got to do we got to go visit people. Could take. That was in the dirt, gonna bounce. Solace wears number 99 as well. I was thinking about swinging it, but I was not set up for that exact spot. The runner will be off with the pitch. I knew he was going to try it. I thought it might be high and away. But you saw I did set upstairs for that one. But then I kind of dropped it when it wasn't on that half of the plate. Unfortunate. I should have trusted. 103 for Randy. That was maybe just off the corner. Maybe right on the corner. I like that spot. I'll take it. And that one's not a slider. It's got more vertical break. Falls off the table. First man gone. Now that was Alex Gordon in the 2-hole. Now that makes it a little weird. Would I trade the Billy Williams in the 8 for Alex Gordon in the 2? Maybe, maybe not. I feel like I would maybe put the Nicholas Kurtz card up at the 2. You never have too much food or dude. This is true. Hola, Greg. Got 6 strikeouts for Randy Johnson. Live series Trout is 67 and 80 against lefties. A little tough. By comparison, Pete Alonso is 70 and 98. I think he's probably a few weeks away from being a little bit more power against lefties at least. But I haven't been looking at his stats, but sounds like he's at least hitting for power. I think strike 3. Food tonight was something that is as delicious as it is unhealthy. Fried chicken. You like some fried chicken? Lately, you've been getting some like broast chicken. That one's at least a little bit healthier, but still got the same vibes. Hopefully, Zach is back and on the attack. Almost got him. 103 against lefties for Mike. Piazza's always been like a good hitter offensively, or I should say ratings wise. But his catcher just feels like unathletic. Changes you want to see for co-op in the future. Number 1 is change up the roster system. It didn't even make sense when it first came out, and it continues to make no sense. So either no starters out of the pen. Definitely they've got to change it so that like you can use more cards. Like there's no reason to have the golds in co-op. That's number 1. Number 2, I think putting events into co-op makes a lot of sense too. Or putting co-op into events. Let me say it that way. Because I don't think ranked makes a ton of sense for co-op, but I think events makes a ton of sense for co-op. And if you're going to do ranked, maybe do something with like a modifier for like playing well. If you get more rating points based off scoring, stuff like that. Ooh. Crushed it. Because I think you could make it like I think co-op just doesn't make sense to like load in by yourself. It's not a mode where you want to like matchmake with randos, which is fine. But if you did matchmake with randos and then you were based off of performance, I think that's the only way that would make sense. Because it doesn't make sense to just play with random people that you don't know. Because the entire appeal is like other games, you know, you're playing other team-based shooters or whatever, and you don't know those people, but it still makes sense to play because like that's the way like the game is created. That everybody's like doing their own thing that matters, but baseball, it's only one person doing anything at a time. So it makes a lot more sense just to play actually solo. Which we knew this, like I'm not saying anything groundbreaking, but I think you could get an opportunity to make that happen if you change the way the rating system works. Like if they wanted that to happen, they could change how the rating system works. Tony Card is unreal, yeah. I cannot get him out. Stuck with gold cards in the lineup when you have to face the likes of John Donaldson. Yep. Especially when they bring him in the second inning. And then we have 3 gold lefties. What up, Dibs? Common time so we can co-op. How you doing, brother? I'm doing good. I told Zach that I'll kick him off if anybody else that hasn't played yet wants to play some co-op. So if you have time tonight, let me know, Dibs. But I'm not playing for super long. We're going to play maximum of like 3 games today. But I'm good. That would be one thing. Co-op. Yeah, so put co-op into events, basically. Change the way the cards work. Those would be the big things. No starters out of the pen. I also think co-op has a ton of potential for tournaments. Because of how you would have to structure the teams. But I think it's probably the buggiest mode in the game. So like that part of it makes you feel like you don't want that to happen. That 1 year of Battle of the Donaldson. Oh, for only having 1 year of it, yeah. Of all the things that were not their fault, I think that was probably number 1. I think that was the only opportunity they had. Perfect World co-op tourneys would be elite. Yeah. Because that's where you could actually do, like, I don't know. I don't want to say, like, it's easy to know who's going to win tournaments right now. I feel like every year there's kind of a different number one player a little bit. But, you know, Kreiner was dominating for a couple of years. Every couple of years we got some new faces and whatever. I don't follow that closely anymore. But when you get to the very, very top, it almost seems like you know who's going to win. That's like kind of dumb to say. I feel a little dumb saying that, but like, because you also want the best player to win. So I'm not saying that. It's not like you want to just throw randomness in there just for the sake of it. Like, I think it'd still be great to have the solo tournaments, but maybe throwing in the co-op tournaments, you get some more interesting, like, ways you can, I don't know, restrict rosters or like real people rosters and teams and stuff like that. And I'll say, like, I think if you really wanted to have esports scene, which I don't know if esports is still in the forefront for anybody the way that was a few years ago, but if you wanted to do an esports scene, I think having these, like, co-op tournaments would be kind of the way. That's two perfect outs in this game. One perfect home run, though. They had the opportunity to give us 99 Donaldson in 24 because he didn't announce his retirement until after the cutoff date. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, because we got other Donaldson cards, right? Other Josh Donaldson cards, but just not the 99. Is that what happened? I don't think anyone feels excited to grind for these tournaments. So, yeah, usually the winners are from the same group of guys, not allowed to be on top of balls, right? And there have also been some fun 99 Donaldson cards, which also unfortunately came at, like, times where there were other cards in the game that were just kind of better. And so even when we had some Donaldson, not that John Donaldson was in the game at the time, but it was like, oh man, I want to use this 99 Donaldson, but there's, like, other cards that are going to be way better. I think it was a year where, like, Chipper Jones was the collection card or something. It's like, all right, well, I'm not taking out Chipper Jones to use this Donaldson, so here we are. Could have given us 99 Kluber. They did nothing. For shame, SDS, for shame. Yeah. Let's see. How else would I touch co-op? I still think the shift menus need some work. They're still funky. Sometimes you go in the quick shift menu and you think the preset that you want to be there is going to be there. Like I want to do cover first base or corners in or something. But the AI decides that this is not going to be a corners in situation, so you can't find it in the quick menu. You have to go to the main menu. So there's little stuff like that. And the reason I brought that up for co-op is that because someone's sitting on defense while the pitcher's pitching, and you have a little bit more opportunity to have, like, an overlay menu while the pitcher is still pitching. So it's not like actual pause time. It's just kind of there, and you can set up your defense while the pitcher's doing his thing. But so that it's not taking up pause time. Whereas, like, in the regular game, you kind of have to use pause time to do it. I feel like there should be a little bit more control of that kind of stuff. You have to be loud and dramatic when you say that. Oh, we got you for that. Thank God that pitch was inside, so I could barely see it. Foul tip. but you don't allow party chat. That's okay. We got the message from chat. We could all hear it. Could all hear it through the text. Did I just take a walk? I actually thought that was a two ball count. Not gonna lie. Donaldson's out of the game, and they're bringing in Pedro Martinez. I was not expecting that. Mike Piazza late on a fastball. Who would have thought? It's bright outside now. I guess I can turn down the exposure. It's been miserable looking outside all day pretty much. Hard hit up the middle, base hit. Is he safe at third? Nice. This is Pedro throw. Slurve, slider, cutter. Which means I'm looking low and in. Triple for the cycle next at bat. We there. In the meantime, let's have a nice Nicholas at bat. He looks so different with the black bat. I'm used to him having that, like, ash bat. And that happens sometimes when I don't know what it is, but I don't know why, but it mentally changes my swing. Don't ask why. I don't know why. Now, all of a sudden, I'm going to be bad with Nicholas Kurtz. I need my ash bat back. Pipeline past a dud? That's what I've been hearing. I just quickly breezed through the cards. It's just they've got so many nothing cards, and that's another topic I've gotten in on before, is that I think they need to change how you use your cards. Because they change how you get your cards every year, but they really don't change how you use your cards. And especially in a year where, like, events are nothing. If you're going to give us a bunch of nothing cards in order to build out a program, they got to be for something. And then, yeah, you got, like, a nice little Yohan Moncada. You got a card here and there that are, like, everything's kind of capped, and you never know which card is going to get throttled by durability. So there's a lot left to be desired. And there's so much they can do, but I know that, like, that kind of thing is probably very, like, coding intensive. There's a lot of suggestions that I try to give, thoughts that I have, like other stuff that I talked about. Co-op is probably not as intensive when it comes to coding, but I could imagine that an overhaul on how rosters and cards work would be a lot of work, and it would have to be something that they're working on for multiple years, so it probably is, if that's even on their mind. Or if they decided to do something like that, it's probably a few years away. So it's kind of a lose-lose. I'm a big hater today. I'm going straight for Roger Clemens. The Pipeline series when the game came out were like some fire cards too, and now they're like still they kind of look the same, kind of have the same shape. Roger Clemens comes in and immediately gives up a bomb. Worse than release day. How are they supposed to hit the free John Don in May? Karma, I guess. Yeah, I respect it. Knocks it down with the shin. 35 speed up the line. Any faster would have been safe. Boo. Unfortunately, the content amounts to here. 30 grunts for you to buy that you'll never touch, so you can use this boss card. Exactly. That's why I don't even hate on, like, chase pack cards, man. Because you can get that program, you can sell those cards, and you can just buy a chase pack card. So like on one hand, I understand it. We've gotten into this before. I'm not going to dive super deep into it, but it's like you can still buy those stubs. You can get those stubs for free, and you can buy those pipeline or those chase pack cards. But yeah, it just feels like why have the program, you know? Like why have those cards? Especially when events are nothing. And I like when the year started, I felt like, okay, it makes sense that they're really trying to make a push to put people into ranked this year. And so they like it seemed to me like they were intentionally killing events. I was kind of okay with that, but like there's really no place to use these cards except for offline. Don't know how people are supposed to make stubs. That's also true. You basically have to make a choice. Like if you're doing some of these programs and you're getting these cards out of your packs, you either have to sell them and not finish the program, or wait till they go down in price. But yeah, and also BR is harder than it was before because of multiplayer program. So I can flip while I'm at work while I have the time. It's a pretty good swing. No impediment on my life to no money spent. Any of these big cards, but I just don't wanna. Yep. Let me know if you want another pitcher, by the way. It is it's 1-4. Scored early, but not off John Donaldson, I guess. But don't you like have the cards already, Diablo? Oh, that's funny too. Is that you can't even grind the market to all of them. Like you still have to do like the conquest and all these other things. So I have like some programs that I was like pretty much done with, but the reason why I didn't finish the program was because like I never got the Roki Sasaki card because I didn't do the conquest. Classic Zach pitch. I just saw the par like bigger than the guy's whole body, and I was like, what am I looking at? I haven't been home to touch Pipeline Pass, but otherwise, yeah, basically. Yeah. Did you have the Roland card already? / did you have them on release? Well, let me ask this my question. Was it worth buying the game this year? Because of all the reasons I mentioned were things that I would have liked. I think I don't know that events would have moved the needle for me, but sometimes I do like I'm like, okay, casually I just want to get on and play online, and events is kind of the place to do that. But also if I'm not grinding out programs, like I probably wouldn't have a lot of event cards either. So it's kind of like it feeds itself. But events I think is like a super fun way to actually like grind out your program. As long as you don't have people with team names saying 8 home runs and I quit, etc., etc. It won't let me throw. I couldn't preload that throw for some reason. But I think events is a great place to like get PXP. But co-op, it's kind of what I wanted. Co-op PXP is the reason why I bought the game this year. Oh, that's a home run. All right. New pitch. We got bottom of the order. It won't let me pause. There we go. All right. We've got Ottavino, Joyce, Gagne, and we got Dustin May. Just give up on Nuke Dan's Hayden. Oh, that was the last thing I was trying to think of for what I want in co-op. Is I want to be able to see who the batter is, because I think it's important to know like which username is associated with which batter, so you can kind of keep up the patterns. Don't care. I think your guy was Roger Clemens, maybe. I don't know. But there you go. Dustin May. know how it would work out, but co-op BR could make it at least not be borderline torture. Yeah, it could go either way, but I just think there's so many of those things that you could kind of, I don't want to say experiment with, because there is like a such thing as splitting the player base too much, but yeah, I mean, there's so many creative ways to solve these issues. And I feel like sometimes they overkill certain issues, like for instance this year GOAT plus getting rid of elevation in a lot of places, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, like killed offense at the top for a lot of people. And then like a lot of other stuff didn't get touched. So it gets a little strange. So yeah, like there's ways that BR co-op could be amazing. There's ways that it could be horrible. And I just don't trust them. I don't trust them to make good game modes, unfortunately. It seems like people had fun with Diamond Quest, but now it's just like you got to play on GOAT and then like Bunt apparently. I haven't really been following, but I saw there was like something that got patched. So even when like I don't know if people still like Diamond Quest or not, but they really did at the beginning of the year. And even then it seems like it devolved into like a cheese fest, which just kind of happens when it comes to offline game modes anyway. But I don't know. Co-op, custom leagues, weekend classic. I don't really trust them to make good online modes. Ranked is so simple and hasn't really been touched in so long. And when they finally touched it with Weekend Classic, it was a mess. Drag bunting on GOAT is Diamond Q is a force. Didn't they say they patched that? Yeah, they did. That's what I said. You're a high school grad now. Congratulations, Dan. How's it feel? Look at that. 2-spot coming up first, and it's Alex Gordon. Don't give up the tying run to Alex Gordon. Don't bump me either. Lost track of the days of the week. Nice. That's what you like to see. So back to the question. Do I feel like it was worth it to have bought the game this year? I wanted the PXP, so like they delivered on that. But I don't know. I feel like I don't get that much. Like I did play a decent amount of co-op for like a month. And during that time, I felt like I didn't really get any cards out of it, you know? In previous years, I feel like I would have probably finished a lot of Team Affinity, but I barely got through any Team Affinity playing co-op. So that was a little strange. I think maybe like I wasn't like paying close attention to like which cards I have that other people were using so that I could actually get the PXP, because I know that's a thing. So maybe it was like I just wasn't paying attention and I should have built my roster a little differently. But I don't know. Like I was kind of expecting GG's, boys. Are you still not allowed to play on the weekdays, Dan? I've got time for at least one more game, possibly two. You haven't asked yet. Nice. So we'll probably say, there we go. As I'm speaking, we get 2 Team Affinity cards. That's so funny. 2 Team Affinity cards out of that as I'm talking about not getting a Team Affinity cards. But if you guys want to run again, we can. Who's joining? Probably the same squad. Unless Dan is trying to get in. Then I'll kick out Zach. I used to have so many stubs. And I sat on them for a long time. And I bought a bunch of cards, but I don't even know who I got. I think I probably picked up like one more chase card or something. About to eat dinner. All right. And then we will run with Zach again. Start watching an old British show. What's that? Yoshida isn't on the Sox roster again? Really? Inspector Morse. Is it good? That was such a weird menu. Did it make me submit twice? This card doesn't have the logo. Oh, really? That's funny. I feel like sometimes they've done that for like injured list, like team players that start on the injured list during the year, something like that. But yeah, that's funky. I'll put the same order again, and instead of who? Well, Dozier hit a home run and Carlos Correa had a couple of hits. I might bring in a center fielder. We'll see what happens. We'll see if these guys bring in the same cards. 60 days IL, so that makes sense. That's got to be it. It doesn't really make sense. Unless you have, like, more than 40 players already on the, like, collection or something. Xander did debut? Okay, cool. So if Xander is a shortstop, I'll bring in Dozier. Is he a shortstop? Looks like it. So I'll bring in Griffey in that case. Because I was kind of want to mess around with Griffey. You know what? Johnson or yeah, we'll go Randy Johnson. I thought Satchel Paige was a little higher overall. 4 episodes are about 2 hours long. Scenes that exist for no reason but to throw you off, and half the time when the killer is revealed, you've forgotten who he or she was even a suspect. Gotcha. Those could be fun. Is it a BBC show? Are they the only ones that do like 2-hour episodes, or is that just generally more common in British TV? Did my game freeze? No. It was just readied up Ben Joyce. So that's Kyle's squad. Zach is ruminating. Four episodes are almost 2 hours long. Oh, I just read that. Oh, the Giolito card. Oh, boy. Chris Taylor looked pretty good. Is that a left fielder? I've been put into a group chat today. Have you seen on TikTok the thing where someone like a girl will text her brother updates for what's happening during the day? And the brother's always very confused. So I'm being trolled by my sister-in-law right now. So hi, sister-in-law, if you're watching. Or cousins. They've just been updating me about their day. I'm just like, all right. Just working. Xander to 3. All right. Piazza will go in the 5. I'll swap these guys. So Piazza can hit behind a lefty. We'll start with that lineup again. If you guys are having Korean barbecue, save me some. Maybe I'll get some this weekend. Roger Clemens. All right. He was the only one that gave up runs for us last game, right? Might be your last game for you. That's fine. If this goes 9 innings, I think it'll probably be my last game too. You got Beltron. I got everybody. Another home game, though. Was that their starter, Fernando Valenzuela? I didn't even look. He can brew rough. Hopefully it's All-Star. I feel like there's not that many people that play co-op above All-Star anyway, especially when we match up with them. So let's see what's up. All-Star. That means they'll be able to hit off of Clemens, but it'll be a very different experience for the two of us. We'll see if it's a high-scoring game. Gil Hodges in the one spot is crazy, actually. I wasn't paying attention before. He's got like pretty decent speed for a first baseman, but I got to figure out the rest of the lineup because they have Grandal in the 4, and if it's like if that person is the person who picked up, like if their captain had Hodges and Grandal, I guess between the two of them, it makes sense to not put Grandal in the leadoff spot. Does that card have more than 0 speed this time? I guess we'll find out. Then Jordan. They've got a lot of big bats. I'm assuming this is their DH. Could have killed him in there. Clemens, we're going to try the fastball, but that's the pitch I gave up the homer on to Trout in the last game. Up and in fastball. That one I thought he would swing at for sure. There we go. Dozier, Taylor, Bogaerts. This could have been an all-star lineup like 7 years ago. Well, I don't know. Taylor, did you have like one good year? Like all-star level? I feel like it was a good player for a while, but kind of outshined on the Dodgers. I'll take that. Valenzuela, 92 looks fast just because of how slow his other stuff is. And a leadoff walk. Keep it going, fellas. Gil Hodges is actually faster than this Brian Dozier. And this Chris Taylor has 61 power. This would be a nice card to have like a power boost on. If you get him working with a captain. That would kind of also be cool. Again, I think there's still a lot of room to expand how captains work. And maybe more opportunities for captains in co-op. But in any case, like this card would be nice to get boosted. Whenever there's a card that like has one singular flaw, you're just like, wow, if only had a captain for this guy. But it's always like, one guy lacks speed, one guy lacks power, something. And so you don't have one captain that solves everybody's problems. So that's where captains, I think, are a little rougher to use in this game. Because you need so many cards. Like you need 14 of whatever card in your lineup or 8 of whatever card. I feel like if the threshold was a lot lower, like let's say 4 guys with like whatever thing, and then they're gonna take him out. Go straight to John Donaldson. All right. Like if you only needed a lot fewer cards to get boosted by the captain, but then the captain solved the problem of those cards, like 4 guys that don't have speed and you really need them to have speed, and you can just throw them in the outfield then. And it doesn't make them overpowered, they just make cards usable. That's the thing. Is captains could easily do something like that. But instead they're just like either you can't use them or they're overpowered. And I think the fact that they have to be... Oh, man. I had some hittable pitches in that bat. The fact that they have to have so many cards to be able to be activated is one of the big hurdles that I don't think they've understood or figured out. That's on Dan why you got to do this. Dang it, Dan. We're going to score, though. We're going to go first and third. Nice. Mike Piazza hitting behind the lefty. There you go. The ball was way inside, and it was a late swing. That's crazy. We get an early lead. The leadoff walk scores. The second walk is at third base. Dan's doing it again. Get through. That's Dozier a second. Makes the play. 1 hit, 1 run. 2 men left on. Basically a strikeout. That's rough. 92 and 103 for this Grandal. And 15 speed. Wow. He had some fresh legs for this card. It's probably a Padres card. What was up, Myron? How you doing, man? I appreciate it. I see your comments pop up on the video sometimes. It's like I wish I could still do the videos, but unfortunately I don't even have time. Like I barely have time to do these once a week streams. And every time I try to plan to come back and do more videos, something always comes up. So maybe one day, but unfortunately it's not in the cards right now. The 1 speed tops now. Yasmani, yup. You had to get that thing to P5 so you could get him 6 speed. And who had Mr. 1 of 1 P5? Could only be one person. After all that, the ball was looking like it was going to be down the middle, then he moved it, and then it ended up being down the middle anyway. Hope everything's good with you, Myron. Gotta be Yasmani himself, right? Yeah, probably. That would be my second guess. I think I streamed that too, right? I don't know if I got him on stream, but I definitely streamed part of that, like, P1 grind for Yasmani. Solid catching prospects recently. Yeah, they've got like 3 decent ones. They traded for all of them too, which is interesting. I don't think they drafted any of them. Rip. The 3-1 pitch got behind in the count. And now they're kind of working to get, because Caro is probably their primary catcher. Corey Lee has had some opportunities, but I don't know. He might be a backup. I don't really know what their plan is with him. Haven't been looking too closely, but sounds like their third guy, Kyle Teal, which I think came for the Red Sox. I think they're finally trying to move him around, probably to first base, because Andrew Vaughn finally got sent down. And I think Teal was like first base and left field, but they still have Benintendi, and I'm not sure that they're going to move his contract, so it's looking like first base for Teal. And now actually Miguel Vargas is like a real baseball player, which is cool. So he's pretty much got third base locked down. Braden Montgomery's probably right field, also from the Red Sox. Mydroth at second, it looks like, because they have a couple of shortstops in the pipeline. So they have some guys. Probably gonna have to move the one of the catchers. Teal does naked warm-ups, does he actually? On the field? And how do you know this? Why do you know this? We'll take that. I don't mind. We had a couple perfect outs in the last game, so I'll take those. In the cages. That was crazy. That was wild. I can't assume anything that Dan says is truth, but broken clock, right? All right, third inning, 1-1. I forgot about hockey. Kyle 23 knows. Does he know because you know? Are you the one that put him on? Right field this time, I think, is Evan Carter. So a little bit more speed than last game. He knows because his roommate sent the link. Wow. Half of the White Sox good prospects came for the Red Sox, though, which is kind of funny. But it is from the Garrett Crochet trade, so like it does make sense. And then low key, like, did we get Corey Lee from the Astros? Who did we trade to the Astros? Appreciate you, Myron. Glad to hear you're doing well. Yeah, one day when I get the chance, I'll definitely try to make some videos. But every time I even think about it, I'm like, oh, there's like 20 things in the way. So one day. Trying to think of who we traded to the Astros to get Corey Lee. Was that a three-team trade? Because I think the A's with Giolito trade. Sorry, not the A's. The Angels. Pretty sure that's how we got Caro. Did we also trade Ronaldo Lopez to them? Didn't Ronaldo Lopez like get traded and then like DFA'd or something? Let me go look this up. There was something weird because then he was like insane with the Braves, and somehow Chris Sale is still insane. I didn't realize how good of a season he had last year. Every time I look at it, I'm surprised, even though I've seen it like multiple times. So Lopez and Giolito were traded for Kai Bush and Edgar Caro. Let's see. So he went to Cleveland for a little bit. No, with the Angels, he had a 277 that year. So he was good with the Angels. And then he had a 0 ERA with Cleveland the following year. Just missed that one. Wrong part of the yard. Good eye, thanks. Oh, Kendall Graveman for Corey Lee. Good call. So he was in 12 games with Cleveland that year. There was somebody else that like the White Sox traded and then they got like dropped. But last year he had freaking 25 starts, under 2 ERA. Only pitched 135 innings. There was somebody. He's only pitched in one game this year. Did he get injured? Somebody the White Sox traded that year did really poorly. It might have been Giolito, actually. I can take my eye off the screen while I'm batting, but I can't do it while I'm pitching, unfortunately. I don't think Giolito got cut or anything, but I think he did like pitch really poorly for the Angels. He got a 642 this year. The thing with Giolito is he did really well that year when he was like hiding the baseball on his release. But then he went to a more conventional release after that, and he was never good with it. He wasn't good with it before, and he was never good with it after. So I don't know why he like it. I thought I saw him recently like go back to that release a little bit, but yeah, not very good. Yeah, with the Angels that year, he had a 6.89 ERA, and then I forgot he pitched for Cleveland as well. He had a 7.04. And then until this afternoon, he had a 4.78 ERA. Now it's down to now it's up to the sixes. After browsing Twitter last night, convinced Randy Johnson should have won the Cy Young over Clemens. Was that a topic of debate on Twitter last night? Did the double pump release and got shelled for 7 and 1.1. Ooh, that's a strike. We'll take it. Take that pitch too. On a 1-0 pitch, that's probably not that good. Probably could have been a lot more effective in a different count. Looked like a team of silver sluggers against the Sox this series. What's their record this year? The Rockies got a sweep. I guess that's how bad the Marlins are. Ooh, that's in the gap. We got a real center fielder for once. Wait, do we? Where is Griffey? Is Griffey our DH? I brought in a center fielder for nothing. I didn't even realize. So that means we probably have Santander in left field. Just a guy who did a stat by stat, and Randy hadn't beaten everything but record. Of course. I think was the last person that won a record based Cy Young, Rick Porcello. Because there was a year we had like, what was it, like a 4 ERA and won the Cy Young? Was that a Red Sox Cy Young? Off the end of the bat, but right fielder got a bad jump. Making some weird cuts out there. Paul Skeens about to have a crazy stat line. What is it, like a 2 ERA with a 4-6 record right now? That was Red Sox. Let's see what Rick Porcello. Rick Porcello, Cy Young. His last season that he pitched at a 5.64. Why does it say that? And the little stat, like the little, little highlights thing that pops up, it says stats for the 2020 season: 12 games pitched, 37 earned runs, 5.64 ERA, and then the last stat that they give you is complete games, which is obviously 0. But complete games haven't really been relevant in about 10 years. $22-4 was Porcello's record. And it says Verlander had more first place votes. That's so funny. So Verlander had more, 14-8. Verlander had more first place votes than Porcello, but he had the most second place votes, and that's why he won. Verlander just needed a couple more third place votes. I did not know that. But it makes a lot more sense than like him just flat out winning it. Porcello had a good second half of the season. I'm trying to figure out what his ERA was. $22-4. He had it. That can't be right. Oh, that's strikeouts. Wait, did he have a 3.15 that year? This is saying he had a 3.15 ERA. Am I tripping? Alex Gordon with the lefty down the middle because he worked the count. Got the slurve down the middle. He gets the double to lead it off. I got to drive him in now. Yeah, 3.15 is fine. Why did I think he had like a 4 ERA? This whole life I've been living my whole life around the fact that Porcello had a 4 ERA for his Cy Young, and that's just not the case. Trying to punch it through the right side, and we do get it through, and he's going to fumble it in right field. I got to go back to first because there's not going to be a play at home. We score him. We're safe. All's well that ends well. Just a little bit under that one. W, dude. The year at the time, and I said that if I had a vote, I would have given in to Jake Peavy, ERA leader. You know what's so funny is I was just thinking about Jake Peavy, I think yesterday, for the first time, and like I forgot that guy existed, but I was just thinking about him yesterday. 2004, White Sox legend Jake Peavy. He threw really strange. He like threw all arm and his like lat popped off one day. Here comes another K23 strikeout. Your whole life has been 9 years. Interesting, yeah. My whole adult life. It's worse than a strikeout. No more jinx is 100% success rate. Yeah. Uh-oh. When he's not hitting double plays, he's giving up home runs. 2016 voting in every award is weird. I feel like 2016 is when a lot of stuff shifted, right? Like how the game was kind of played. Because Porcello had a 492 and a 465 in the years before and after his Cy Young. His Cy Young, he had a 315, but the year before he had a 492, the year after he had a 465. So I'm just kind of thinking maybe the only thing I can think of is maybe like 315 relative to everybody else was like not that good. But I genuinely thought he had like a 4+ ERA. Like I definitely thought it started with 4. So I don't know where that came from. I thought you got him. Now Kyle's walking, guys. You want another pitcher? We got dudes. We got guys out there. Now they're just making a little bit of contact. Nice pitch. Porcello was only 31 when he retired. So he played in 15 speed. Tough. Is that perfect? 114 off the bat. Elite. That's the Xander Bogaerts defense. Ortiz and Beltre had a first place vote and finished 6th and 7th. The guys who finished 3-5 didn't have a single first place vote for MVP. Oh no. Oh yes. I was trying to figure out why it was so warm under my computer. And I had flipped my PlayStation around. So the vent is now like facing me. And I was like, why is it so warm? Is like the heater on? But no, it's just the vent of the PlayStation. I've been trying to figure that out for like 2 hours. What's up, Jackie? How fun is OBS Studio to you? Must be really fun if you're playing it to Discord. Is that what it says? Playing OBS Studio. So it'll really take any app that I have on. And when I expand it, it says playing for an hour and 30 minutes. That's funny. Good eye, Jackie. And good Bob. How's China? A lot of people said Britain should have won, but my brother is of the opinion that the Cy Young Award should be strictly reserved for starters. I don't mind if they define it as that, if they explicitly define it as that, but as long as it's not explicitly defined, then I think it's fair game. GoldenEye is still best James Bond game. What's up, Cemetery Man? You don't think the new one's going to be the next big one? I did watch the PlayStation, what's it called? Days of Play? Is that what it's called? And I've never got anything out of watching a Days of Play, State of Play, sorry. Wait, I think they have both. I don't remember. Anyway, I did watch it today, and I've never gotten anything out of it. Like, I've never watched a State of Play and been like, yeah, I want to play those games. But whenever it comes up and I'm like, oh, I have free time, I'll watch it. So, yes, I did see James Bond was pretty much the only one that I thought was kind of interesting. What is the one? Agent Under Fire. That's the one that we like to play at my cousin's house. James Bond, Agent Under Fire. You neither. But what do you think? Do you think that one looks good? I've never been much into James Bond. I've seen like a couple of the recent movies. But there was one that was like kind of freaky right at the beginning. And I was I tried to watch it, I think, while I was at like a creepy Airbnb. So I was like just sitting in my room, like trying to find a movie to watch. So I started watching it, and then like, I don't know, the opening scene is like a kid like pops out in the window or something. And I was like, no, I turned it off right away. You bought way too many soccer jerseys in China. Also, good swing. Thanks for getting the lead back, sir. Where's Dan at now? That's why you hit the home run, because Dan's long gone. World is not enough on N64. Love was lived when they found the PlayStation was a completely different game. Dang. How far after did the PlayStation one come out? They did have stuff like that with like, especially Game Boy. I remember Ninja Turtles games were completely different. But it was cool that like you could experience like a completely different game for the same like era. You get a high quality fake jersey for $3 USD in China, but you don't know what you're gonna get. Like it's literally like you don't know which player it is. There we go. Hangs a slider on the corner. That's technically, I feel like that's more of a hanging slider than something like actually down the middle, because you could just jam your PCI if you don't get it off the plate. That's fun. I saw a YouTube thumbnail the other day saying like the fake MLB jerseys are now better than the real ones. I didn't watch the video, but I don't know if has anybody seen that video? Like actually watched it. So I'm trying to figure out if it's like, are you talking about like DHgate jerseys are better? And is it because the new jerseys are garbage or because the fake jerseys got better? Why not just have a reliever award separate? I feel like they don't they? They're just not like not popular or something. Nice. Is that back to back to back home runs? I think it is. Santander, Kurtz, and I think they were all on sliders. Team Dingers. Michigan won the Rose Bowl in 24. I wanted to get a jersey with the shoulder patches, but they never officially sold them. Dang. The only jersey I'm sad that I didn't get was the Ninja Turtles minor league jersey. It was like right after I decided to start saving some money. And I'm just hoping I have an opportunity in the future to buy one. All right, new pitcher coming in. We're going to go bullpen this time. I'm going to go with Ottavino. Exists in the Western world too, but usually there's more niche teams in those. Okay. The Fanatics trash, but I'm pretty sure it's not true. Okay. Because I know there was like the whole thing with the pants. You know the funny thing, like last year when they revealed the pants or whatever, and they were like see-through. I was about to tweet when I first saw it. It was like weeks before like people actually started talking about it. I saw it like someone sitting down with the pants on, and I was like, this is gonna be a problem, isn't it? Something like that. And I never did tweet it. Then people figured it out pretty soon afterwards. Dan must be back. Should I have gone lefty? I didn't even see who was coming up. But I don't think we really have any lefties. I take that back. We do have Randy Johnson. Put the logo back at the top of the collar like it was at 23. Ever get those codes redeemed? I tried, but it did not work. No ads, no ads. That would be nice. There's some of them that are so jarring when you see the ads on the jersey. And it's weird because, like, you know, the soccer jerseys and some other sports, like, they're very in your face. Like, you would think that, you know, like the Emirates is the team that's playing, but it's just an ad, which is kind of crazy. Because it expired already? Could be. See if that one drops. Nope. Number 4. Manufacturer logo on the sleeve. 5. No ads. I wonder how much money, like percentage wise, they actually make from those. I feel like it couldn't possibly be worth it. There's one thing, like, I don't know, again back to like the soccer jerseys. I feel like when it's just like plastered everywhere, it's like, okay, fine, you're like making a significant percentage. You're not really like too worried about how the jersey looks at that point, and everybody's like kind of used to it. But I feel like if you take a clean slate of nice baseball jerseys and you add that stuff to it later, it really does ruin them. Don't want to hear about parlays from the announcer during game. I was so shook when I first saw like a sports talk show, like a whole segment, not just a segment, but like a whole show on the channel that the like it was like the network channel for the sports team. And I couldn't believe they had a whole like betting show. And I'm like, something about this just doesn't feel right. I think the players were talking about it recently that like harassment's always been bad on social media, but it's gotten so much worse after like sports betting became legal. That's kind of sad. Fanatics have monopolized the real jersey market, so that's unaffordable and worse quality. So Fanatics trash. Gotcha. So do you still disagree? No City Connects, fight me. I think City Connects. I don't think I necessarily understood what they were doing with them when they first came out, because they had like the Players Weekend stuff for a few years, right? And it was like kind of cool to me that they only did it for a weekend. And then there was also like, okay, well, if they're really good and you're putting effort into it, yeah, you probably want to wear it a little bit more often. So I don't know. I'm in between on those because I think they've, even the ones that I haven't really liked off the bat, I almost feel like they still play pretty well. Like they still look good on the field usually, even if I don't like them just in the pictures. Dan's pre-hating. That's crazy. W Swing Dude Food. Thank you, sir. We drop it in there sometimes. Alternate jerseys are cool if they are good. That's true. They're just some that are like, even the White Sox one that people really like. It just doesn't feel like a professional jersey. Like it almost feels like just a promotional one, you know? And I think it's really cool to have those to sell. Like I thought that was kind of the point where they were going to do it for a weekend. Like they wear them like once, but then they just like sell the heck out of them. I thought that's like what they were doing originally. Um, but it ended up not being the case. Which I mean, the White Sox ones are good, so I'm fine with it. But you said a good amount of them are trash. I've liked them more than I thought I would. The pictures when they first come out, when they first revealed them, like a lot of them I thought were not that good, but they've grown on me. And pop out Carlos Beltran. I heard someone say that they're trying to make the jersey more streetwear friendly versus anything else. I don't know. There's some that are like, I almost feel like some of them for sure are, but I think some of them are not. Like, I don't think, what comes to mind? I feel like only a couple of them are streetwear friendly. I feel like the Washington one from a couple years ago. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? The new Red Sox cities. I actually like them. I like again, I think those are cool. I basically was thinking that one would be cool to wear like as an away team because otherwise your jersey just blends in with your fence. And that's another part about them is that like some of them like I don't necessarily know that I think the new Red Sox one looks good. Like I don't necessarily think it looks good, but I do really like the concept of it, which makes me question like what are they trying to do with it again. So like the question comes back for me. I'm like, well, the color doesn't look great as wearing that color, but you know, the symbolism or like what it means for both of the Boston jerseys that they've had seem like a good idea. Don't like the state of the show right now. What you not liking about it? I already spent too much time today complaining about it, which I usually do. But you want Gagne? You got Ben Joyce, Giolito, Randy Johnson. Joyce it is. Where's Chris Sale when you need him? Yeah. Don't give him, well, give him the scissors, I guess. Thought the new White Sox connects were trash. Changed his mind when he read an article and realized it was about the Bulls. Are you talking about me or your brother? Yes. I mean, yeah, basically. Because like I don't think they look amazing. But I think they're cool, if that makes sense. Randy the Ninth Toxic. We could. Why not? We're here to win. So play to play the better cards behind packs. Yeah. I heard a lot of people don't like the new program as well. Roland is the easiest out, I swear. Yeah. I heard it's really hard to hit with against righties with him. Joyce save is big PXP. GG's. Too bad I don't have Ben Joyce and therefore not going to get any PXP from him. Is that why you gave up the home run, Kyle? Make sure we were in saves. Going to have a save opportunity. What if I boot a ground ball for you? And strike 3. W. Bailed. There's Kyle's strikeout. It was just on the pitching side. Player of the game was Roger Clemens with 5 strikeouts and only 6 innings pitched. I feel like that's not player of the game worthy, to be honest. Got a deluxe pack. My boy Ben Rice. Now that's a co-op card. Looks like Xander's getting sold. Did he have the double play? Oh. Which one is pack 13? Oh. You're just getting Ben Rice now? I guess so. Should I have had him earlier? Signature Series Vladdy, yes sir. Just came out today. Well, not Signature Series, but Pipeline. New Threads. Is this the new Pipeline pack? I don't think so, right? Vlad said shortstop. Get the PXP for everyone? No, only if you have the card or have had the card. I'm not sure about the second one, but definitely might as well get the Pasquinito and just sell them. No, it says third base. 2019 third base. But they actually got added locker codes and it doesn't even work. I couldn't get them. Haven't used them in BR more than 3 at bats. So you've used him in co-op. Oh, maybe they get activated by BR as well. Maybe you have to have used the card or something. Or maybe drafting them counts. But if you like have never had the card, for sure, like if you've never had the card in your inventory, never used a card, then you don't get PXP if someone else does. I'm done. No worries. GG Zach. I've got to go in a little bit too. So I might play just an event game or something. Let's see what we got on this chase pack. Blue. Tyler Glasnow. 85 overall. Could it be any worse? Tough. Orioles about to play. But they're not playing the White Sox anymore, so I'm not sure they're going to win again before the end of the season. You know what I mean? But I just got here. Yeah. Let me see what my schedule looks like. Too much freaking traveling, man. Okay. Next week is June 11th. I probably will stream. Following week, the 2 weeks after that. Okay, the 25th I definitely can't. The next 2 weeks are maybes. Next week I probably will stream. But I think this is probably the last time I play co-op. So we might start Road to the Show next week. We might start Melvin Morrow Road to the Show next week. That following week, I will try to stream, but I got to travel the next day. So that one's a maybe. And then after that, 25th, I get my new apartment. So I'm going to be moving. I'm going to be moving stuff for like the next month. July, I should be able to do a couple streams at least in between there. So I'm probably going to move my stuff, my setup last. But we'll see exactly how that goes. So next week I should be streaming. Road to the Show, basically chat franchise. Dude, food cooking streams after like 6 years? Unlikely. The kitchen that we're getting is actually so small. The fridge barely opens all the way. PXP BR, but the card doesn't level up until it's in your inventory. Oh, yeah. Right. So you don't actually get the parallels, but you do get like the PXP progress. XP reward path ends in 1 day, and we got to 175. So I don't think I got a single boss back, but these bosses are not that expensive. It's interesting. I feel like previous years, well, they do have multiple boss packs in the path now, so that's probably a big reason why. But I feel like even in previous years when they had power creep, I feel like these would have, first of all, they would have been 95 overalls by this point in the year. That's number one. And then number two, yeah, I was just going to say, like, these would have been 50K, 70K cards. But they're not even, like, close to the top 10 of what's available right now. So these are going to be just throwaways. So, sad. Sorted programs. No progress. I wouldn't mind that Yawan card. Like, I would throw him in my lineup. But I need 18 cards. Showdown card. That card's expensive. That card's cheap. So from a 91 at 9,000 to a 92 at 243,000. And then this 92 is a 26,000. So Schwarber is clearly the outlier here. So some of these guys are just, there are a lot of cards like in the program here. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards, so that's pretty good. Chez Francois, Chad French fries, Chat franchise, Cat, what was cat franchise? Was that what it was? What was the franchise word for cat? I don't remember. I keep thinking of trying to come up with ideas to do chat franchise. My current idea in chat franchise is to do a chat franchise in Super Mega Baseball 4. Because there are Major League players in there now. I think I bought the game for like $5. Have not downloaded it. But that's one possibility. An event quit on a leadoff single is crazy. This mode ain't real. They already gave up. All right, well, I tried to put in the code for the Pipeline Pass program, and it's putting me in a CAPTCHA. And then it says invalid code anyway. Just need 2 steals for the program, so you didn't even get the progress you needed. You Burgermeister Laddie to join us for that? True. What do you think? Would you guys rather do a chat franchise in Super Mega Baseball? Super Mega Baseball has a little bit longer lifespan, a little bit. Or maybe it's a freeze off. Oh. Who knows? But obviously it's not MLB's show. And I haven't really done it, so like I don't know how it would work, but that's a possibility. And I think you can also do like online franchises if we all wanted to play, but I don't know if it's cross-platform. Like I don't know the details. So there's a lot of questions that haven't been answered, but it almost seems like that would be a better opportunity than what we could do in MLB The Show right now. Because I can't put the time in to do chat franchise just to have like the game not have year-to-year saves. Mostly because these games take up like 100 gigs. So I can only have like 5 games or 10 games or whatever. The jerk outlawed toys because he didn't have enough common sense to look where he was walking. Who? Baseball References is looking for a senior test engineer. If anybody has the qualifications. I was also thinking of doing something in out of the park baseball for chat franchise because we could do like a whole. We could probably do some pretty cool stuff with simulations and out of the park for chat franchise, but I don't know if we have the group that would want to do simulations because I think part of the fun part about chat franchise is that you're actually like playing the games. I don't know how fun it would be to stream or to watch. So what else is coming out this year? We'll see. I feel like it's a little bit also tough to stream some games on PC, but the games that I'm streaming are like not PC friendly streams. You got dark all of a sudden. Let me go turn this thing back on. I mean, back up. There we go. Out of the park on PC with MLB Show gameplay, offline only, would be the greatest game ever. Would be bye to DD. Yeah. I always think about like I was thinking about going back and like doing an actual franchise in MLB The Show just for fun for myself because I had like really fun times playing franchise when I was younger, but I just feel like it won't hit the same, you know? And I'm a little bit worried about trying to do that and then like it doesn't live up to the hype. Because I also feel that way about Road to the Show. Like Road to the Show, like the first few years that I played MLB The Show was like peak video gaming for me. And anytime I've tried to go back to the Road to the Show, it's not quite the same. Just because I've played so much online, I think it changes the way that you play. And sometimes it's like a little too easy, and then like sometimes it's like not. Well, obviously they changed how Road to the Show works too, so that makes it not feel the same. But I feel like the same thing would end up happening in franchise. Because I feel like the stakes, like when my players are like, oh man, I have this guy that I was like training up and then like he had a bad season and like everything felt like impactful or like the stakes were high, like playing offline. But I feel like once you go from offline and then play like high stakes online and then you try to go back offline, it doesn't hit the same. So I think I ruined it for myself. Imagine being able to import a franchise from 08 or 09. That's what I want. That would be cool. Definitely. I am having fun playing Overwatch. We'll see. We'll see if my PlayStation Plus has run out by next week. If it hasn't, maybe I'll play one last day of regular ranked. Otherwise, we'll figure out Road to the Show. In the meantime, let's go find someone to raid. Oh gosh. We'll go say hi to Destructive Dude. If you want a PG stream, he is not the man, so I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Yeah, should be back next week. Hope you had a good time. Sorry for the short stream. I was hoping to be on longer, but to go figure some stuff out for tomorrow. I have to go do a thing for work early in the morning, so that's unfortunate. Bye-bye, Dan. If I don't see you, have a great rest of your summer. I'm sure I'll see you before then, but catch you guys later. Hope you had a good time. I will see you. Peace.